Small disclaimer, I was originally going to do the review in October, but my PC died. So, yeah, I'm going to do this earlier. So, let's do the review. Oh boy. So yeah, welcome to my fourth of 5 reviews of 2025. And in this episode, I will be reviewing a device I didn't like at all. It's my PC. It's an HP-OMEN box. If you want to know exactly what the name is, I'll put the full name in the description below. But for the sake of just not having a ginormous thing, I'm just gonna call it my HP-OMEN PC review. Without further ado, let's begin the review, shall we? After Windows 11 was released, things changed. I visually, with my eyes, love Windows 11. Windows 11 looks like a cleaner version, prettier version, modern version. And the beginning of Windows 11 was fine. It's only the later versions, and Orca can vouch for these in the comment section. Windows 11.1 to later has been a buggy mess. So, what happened? Why is the PC reset? Why is it gone? Well, I guess I have to give you a little story, because this review is not gonna follow the classic review stuff. So let's get some popcorn and snacks and drinks, shall we? My experience with my PC was a roller coaster of emotions. When I just got my PC, it was fine. It ran on Windows 10 and I enjoyed it. I came from an iMac Pro with Windows 10 bootcamp, so the performance was amazing. I could finally connect my Quest with the link cable and have a native thing, and then I got the Index with DisplayPort cable. Beautiful performance. And I upgraded it to 64GB because it came with 32, so I doubled the RAM. That's as much the motherboard can support. And yeah, I basically made my entire brand with this thing. First, let's talk about the specs. The HP-OMEN PC has a 750 watt power supply, an RTX 2080 Ti with 11GB of VRAM. It has an Intel Core i9 with 10th generation processors, and it has a 10-core CPU, and it also comes with 64GB of DDR5 RAM or 4 RAM and 2TB of SSD from Samsung. That's mouthful, shall we? So yeah, those are the reviews. Write them down. It's a big overview. Next up is the port selection. On the top we have a dual headphone jack in and out thingy and 2 USB-A ports together with a power switch. Then on the back we have 2 HDMIs, 2 display ports, 1.4. It has 6 USB-A ports on the back, 1 USB-C port, and another is for like video output, like the link cable I used to have, an Ethernet cable. And yeah, it's just stuff. You have B-roll. And that's all. That's all the specs. So now we have all the complicated mumbo jumbo out. Let's just talk about experience. They're not good. With Windows 10, it performed perfectly well. I was happy. It was my main computer for editing, DaVinci Resolve, and all that stuff. And Windows 11, I don't know what happened. Like, Steam VR is unstable. The launcher is unstable. Sometimes the task thingy disappears, and then the desktop is unresponsive. Sometimes I just wake up and my PC has no speaker anymore, and I have to like reset the audio drivers or use that help button that's gone now, so that's even worse. Sometimes just the Windows compatibility and stuff. Sometimes it just doesn't want to give display capabilities. So it is a mess, and the mess became so much that I'll give you an example how I was acting. Why is it every single time that I turn on the computer and Windows does something bad? It always happens. There's always an excuse. There's always, this is wrong, and I want to be an entitled computer, and I don't want to work for no reason. And that's my reaction. So Windows is horrible. I hate Windows. I had to bear with Windows because Windows was needed for SteamVR and for some programs, and I got so tired of it that I basically did something scary, which is rely on my Mac for these kind of stuff. I had my Mac for video editing only, and I do my boring Windows stuff on my PC. But I just got so tired of Windows, I said, you know what, I'm gonna make my Mac a Windows machine. So I installed Unity on my Mac, I installed OBS on the Mac, Word, Excel, PowerPoint on the Mac. I'm doing my taxes, boring stuff on the Mac. Of course, I'm making video editing and stuff. But the Mac couldn't game. That was the issue, it couldn't game. So here it is, I'm standalone, on Quest, on the headset, no computer, VR chat with VR Chat Plus gave me this new feature. So the missing puzzle piece was this. The moment that I was allowed to natively record in here fixed everything. I know Plan B was the IRL face camera thingy, and that is still there, the webcam is still installed. But now I have freedom. I can record a video on VR and then move it to my phone, and then my phone automatically connects with iCloud to the Mac, and I download the files on the desktop. There we go, editing, swift and squirrely. Oh, what a roller coaster. Oh boy. I want to give some thoughts of this PC and about the future of Windows and stuff before I give you my epilogue and say goodbye to the PC. This video might get dislikes, but I'm telling you the truth. I don't care what brand you use. I don't care what loyalty it is. I speak with facts. Facts are facts. And Windows is one of the worst operating systems ever. Yes, Windows XP and Windows 7 were great. But then we had like horrible Vista, horrible Windows 8, Windows 10 was ugly, and Windows 11 is buggy. It's okay. We don't need Windows. We can move on. Steam is doing something with Linux. Apple has their own thing. And there are other alternatives like Chrome OS now. Heck, phones get desktop mode now. Tablets get desktop mode now. The most average people can live without Microsoft. Personally, I think it's time that Microsoft gets their shit together. You cannot keep excusing this. The future of Windows is difficult because Intel and AMD are moving to... Intel, I don't care, but AMD is moving to ARM. Snapdragon is now in the picture. Windows 11, AI plus Copilot stuff. So it's following a slowly evolution to what Apple is doing with the Apple Silicons. That means maybe Windows can become more stable if everything is built in ARM. But on Intel chips, no. The 2080 Ti is still powerful enough for random stuff, just, you know, driver issues and stuff. I don't know how long support will get. Windows 11 at least still has like years of support left, but I'm not sure about 12. Moral of the story of my review is I'm just ranting because I had a horrible 5 years with this PC, and I'm glad that both my Mac and my Quest have all the available capabilities of doing their own working and VRing stuff. And the wall is gone. If I need to work, I grab my Mac. If I want to do VR, I grab my Quest. I don't need to go on my Windows PC and then just play Steam VR. Do I miss Steam VR? Do I miss PC VR chat? I do. But it's not enough to justify having a headache of this device. And 95% of the apps are automatic on the Mac. And for gaming, I have the PS5 and my Switch 2 coming soon. That is my review. And yeah, I'm sorry if I said things you don't like. I like technology if it works. That is why I like my Mac. I had my first Mac Mini in 2011, and until now, I had no issues. I love my Mac, and I will always love my Mac, because it's a great computer, but the few flaws it has are gaming and compatibility. But now Windows is getting compatibility issues, so there's gaming. So bam, PS5, bam, Quest 3, bam, Mac, the holy trinity. Thank you for watching. And yeah, now I'm taking a break from reviews because I was not expecting to make this video. Have a good one. Bye bye. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like what you saw, you can always give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, you can also put a dislike. If you want to be part of the conversation and discuss with me about the topic, you can comment below what you thought about it. Also, I want to thank my server boosters and the coffee supporters for helping me run VRInfinity with you guys. Thank you very much and have a good one.